Welcome, Forex fans. It's Rob, the Forex Explorer, and I'm here today with Galactic Civilizations 3 Retribution, which is the third expansion to Galactic Civilizations 3, the third real expansion. And I'm really excited to be showing this to you guys because although I can't really talk about like my critical thoughts of the game right now, I can't tell you if I really, if I have any real thoughts on it. I will say that I'm enjoying myself more than I ever have with Galactic Civilizations 3. But I don't want to say more than that in fear of breaking embargoes or anything like that. So this is a preview video of the features and the things that I have found so far in my roughly 12 hours with the expansion. So yeah, let's dive in a little bit. I'm playing as the Drath Legion, as you can see here. So the few main features I think that are really significant to the Retribution expansion pack are first of all, the artifacts, as we'll talk about here in a second. You can see them over here. And the hyperlanes, Hypergates, which I have one of them set up here. So this one's about to construct a Hypergate right here, and I'll probably set up the other Hypergate side over here. And you can connect Hypergate, so this one can go here and this one can go here, and they can both connect to the single one here. So I'll be doing that just to have a quick line of travel from my home planet system here to my extended colonies out this way. And as you can see, I'm kind of crowded in by some of the minor factions here. But I have played ahead 22 turns to kind of get a good feel for things, to get a little bit, just to push forward a little bit so that, everybody's not seeing the initial few turns, which aren't really different in this game. Though there are so many changes here that it's going to be difficult for me to go over all of them. So I'm going to do my best. I don't want this video to be super long because I know that attention spans are low, because mine are too, but let's get into it before I get too distracted here. So let's talk about artifacts first. First of all, I love the Drath. I love their artistic style. I love the animation here. By far, Galactic Civilizations 3's best, I think. It's really good to see this. So I love space dragons, what can I say? But let's talk about artifacts. So first of all, there are so many. I've run into at least a dozen, maybe even more than that. Various artifacts that do very different things. So here we have Precursor Archive, which when I use it will complete my current research. That's a pretty big thing. And then here the Echoing Heartstone, which adds 10,000 influence to a selected planet. Neither one of these have charges, as you can see. So it says available charges down here, 0. You can double click, and go to the planet that shows or that has that particular artifact. And the way to create charges is to basically study these precursor of the artifacts. And in this case, the Precursor Archive study would be one of the things I could queue up. And then once I do, I would then be able to use that artifact, which would instantly finish my research at topic, whatever it is. So that's how I would do that one. And then this one you can let's go here. We can actually do it here. Go through here. The Echoing Heartstone. You can double click Drath, or just double click. All right. So double click, and you can see that I have to. Oh, I've already got it going. So I'm manufacturing the Echoing Heartstone study, which once it's complete, I'll be able to add 10,000 influence to the planet of my choice. And that's not. I'm telling you, there's so many. I've run into a dozen at least. And a lot of them are significant, and they change the way you play, and it creates a lot of tension between you and other races, because let's say one of these minor factions had one. In fact, they do. Here's one, the Betatron Collider. I don't know what the Betatron Collider does, but for me, that creates incentive for me to invade that planet here. It's not something I normally would either. I'm usually pretty cool with miners, but these guys probably need to get taken out in order to get that artifact. And plus, they have Class 16 planet there, so that's pretty sweet. Let's see if these guys have one. They also have a Betatron Collider. I don't know what that is. I have never seen it. These guys have a Nano Fabricator, which I believe completes manufacturing immediately. I don't remember it. I don't remember 100%. But yeah, so that's what I've seen right now. But there are, like I said, there are so many of them. And they all do pretty powerful things. So again, that tension that you really enjoy I personally really enjoy from Forex games is there as a result. So I wouldn't normally be someone who would invade this planet, but I'm going to, for a fact. So that's very good. So second of all, the Hypergates. So it's a I wouldn't say it's significant, but it definitely changes the way you play. So here I've got this guy. I'm building another one at this shipyard. I need to go ahead and set that up. A Stellar Architect. All right, he's already gotten it set up. So as soon as that Stellar Architect is done, I'm going to go ahead and send him over here so that I can have a Hypergate from here to here. And what that would do is obviously allow for my ships to travel very quickly over to Arkan 3 here, or the system in general, in case I, maybe need to defend that system quickly. Or if I need to get back to this system quickly, I could do that. So, and that'll help me too once I start to invade. Once I get this shipyard going and start sending some invasion fleets out, I can just hit this Hypergate, hit right there, and then just, take out Arkan here. So that's a big thing. And it really, these things, I don't believe have any actual, like, reach limit. I think I could, I haven't tried it, but I'm pretty sure the whole reason behind the mechanic itself is so that you could probably set up one from here to here, or even here, so that lane of travel becomes super fast, super easy for you to have larger empires, or even scattered empires now. So that's a pretty big deal in my opinion. And then let's go back here too, because now we have what we call supply ships. And supply ships, they, as you can see with the mouse over it, hauls refined goods to another colony, providing 100 manufacturing points, which is really big. I've got 2 set up right now because obviously I have quite a few colonies already going, and I want to get them boosted up. So that's a big deal. It's a pretty big deal. It helps me a lot trying to get off the ground, get my colonies, my new colonies back to, or up off the ground and to like a home colony level of production and level of quality. So that's a big deal, and I like it. It's not a significant gameplay change, but it's enough that you start incorporating it into your game strategy. So the other big thing, and there's so many things, there's so many small things here. First of all, as you can see, the background to the research screen now is relative to what the Draft Legion has in their background and their like diplomacy background screen. So each of the research screens now have that background that's related to them. And the other huge thing is a almost complete overhaul of the research tree that I can't even begin to go over how much things have changed, because you can see it. I've been playing this long enough that I don't even remember what the old ones were, but I know that they are significantly different. Some of the tree breaks are now, in different directions. I think the colonization one's one of the bigger ones. Yeah, so now you have, you can go colonial settlements and then Xeno artifact studies, and then they break into so many different trees now. So there's a lot more forethought required into where you go, what you actually research. And then I think they actually just make more sense now. So, colonial settlements, clearly you're talking about improving colonies, and then you get into various colony colony improvements through that. And that makes sense to me. So you go warfare. Warfare hasn't changed too much. In fact, I don't think it's changed at all now that I'm looking at it. No, not much. There's some changes here in the Age of War, but very minor changes from what I remember. The governance one is definitely different. So you have, a few breaks here after the Ministry of Alien Affairs, which is what I'm currently working on that right now. So once I get there, I can, break into cultural exchange or xenocommerce, and then engineering here. So this is something else that's changed, because now we have the Hypergates and the cargo holds for the supply ships that now provide manufacturing bonuses to your colony. So these have changed as well. Yeah, again, it's not something that I could tell you exactly what has changed. I know it's just changed. I've looked at the Galactic Civilizations 3 tech trees enough to know right off the bat that this is different than the old ones. And again, I think the most significant one is the colonization one. So it's all much more organized, and it feels more fluid, and the pacing just feels a lot better. As someone who's played 2 full games with this new expansion, I just feel like the pacing in general is much better. Hopefully that's not a critical thought. So I don't want to break any embargoes, but so let's look at here real quick. I just wanted to make sure I had picked up anything that was good. I've got the survey ship already going. I got this one here, which is a great survey ship. This is also a really good one, so I'm gonna pick this one up. But that is probably where the biggest changes are. I know that there are many significant, like, okay, so let's do this too. Let's come to Arkan. So this is something where initially, it's different now because I have a few events going on that are extending my approval or improving my morale right now. But when you initially colonize a planet, you actually start off with pretty low approval rates, which makes sense because they're brand new. You know, they're new to the planet, and you know, there's a lot to colonizing a planet. So one of the first things you have to do is actually build, where is it? Sorry, so the supply depot. And as you can see, it adds plus 15% morale and plus 10% on construction. So that's a big thing. It's one of the first things you need to go ahead and pop up immediately. So it's huge. It's really important. It changes the way that you consider your colony management and your building as well too, because it does add to construction. And you know, there's just a lot here. There's just a lot going on with colony management. I love colony management in Galactic Civilizations 3. I really appreciate the adjacency bonuses and like the puzzle, you know, puzzle-ish, you know, like just the idea of making things fit the way they should to optimize everything. I really enjoy it. So there are some new buildings, new things to take care of, and new things to consider when you're building your planets. Another thing I know is the population change. It's much slower now. As you can see, it's plus 0.01, and I think that's base because the infertile, okay, the infertile is going to change it for me, but I have a high approval, so that actually increases it by 29%, but the infertile is decreasing it by 15%. So what all that is to say is that the growth per turn is significantly reduced. And it does change the flow of the pace, but I think it's a better pacing now because it is important for you to get these farms taken care of. It's really important for you to get cities up and going. It's important to have food, even more so than it was even, you know, just with Intrigue and before. I know they've made a lot of changes with food in the last few patches and the last few expansions, and it just feels a better fit for Galactic Civilizations 3 now. So it's more deliberate. I like it. So let's go through. We're going to go ahead and start him off and get him surveying. We'll get some turns going. And I'd really like to show you the Hypergate stuff. So we're going to get this Hypergate going. We are scheduled for election. Very good. Give me a moment. We're going to win by landslide. That's good to hear because I think we're doing pretty well. We're 1 in... Oh, so I do have 6 opponents, or 5 opponents, and 6 being me. I have research and production at 1. I'm playing on hard, I believe, or I don't remember the difficulty. I don't play on normal anymore, but I don't play too much beyond that either. I'm not, you know, like I'm not a super min-maxer. I've told this to my audience many times. I am not the world's best Forex player. I just love the series, or I love the genre. So here we go. We've got Central Bank Import-Export Center, which is going to help us with our tourism and stuff like that. So let's come down over here and consider what we want to do. Do we want to do Stellar Monarchy? I like the Stellar Monarchy government, but I think I might, because it also gives me 3 administrators and raw production. So we're going to go ahead and do that. But yeah, my goal right now is to go ahead and finish this. See if I can rush it, actually, just so I can get this going. Rush the Stellar Architect, I cannot. I need significantly more. So you know what we'll do? We'll actually send this one out this way. And then by the time it's ready to go, it should be able to just pop out there and do that. So the galaxy seems endless. Hopefully we can coexist, Iridium. I wonder where they are. Must be out this way. There we go. There they are. There's a couple of really good planets here, but unfortunately they both require extreme colonization. So we'll have to wait on that. But I did my best to get out and find the colonies I could get quickly. I actually ran into an event that gave me Drathis 5 or 6 here, which was pretty sweet. And then Drathis 4 is one that you start off with. So I got off to a really good start, with especially considering that there are 5 other AIs and not that many more systems. So I can't imagine that anybody else has more, maybe too many more planets than I do right now, which is great for me. So yeah. But yeah, artifacts are huge. So it's really just a it's a huge concern or draw in the early game when you start picking up these planets, because, you know, let's say that I ran into a class 8 planet and a class 16 planet. Normally you jump to the class 16 planet, but I have seen where the class 8 planet is now, it has an artifact. So then all of a sudden you no longer need that class 16 as much as you want that class 8 one, because you want that artifact probably just as much, if not more, than the very nice planet. So we're gonna drop this one here. This is actually going to be, let's do this actually. I think that's gonna be our better bet, is to go ahead and upgrade that for now. 17 turns, man. All right, can we do something with the space elevator? No, because the adjacency bonus, I don't want to take away from the population. Oh no, that's for, I'm not gonna have a wealth, or I'm sorry, I'm not gonna have a population increase here, because there's no way to build a city. I don't have enough food. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and upgrade that for now, and we'll come back to that. Trade offer, let's see what you have. You give, and I don't want that at all. I really, really want a reject button. I've always said this. I really want a reject button, because going back just sort of feels like I'm ignoring it, where I want to be like, no, this is an awful deal, go away. And I want that to either like slightly decrease my standing with them, or help them understand that like dumb offers like this just doesn't do it for me. So yeah, I really want a reject button so bad. Maybe, and I believe that Brad has talked about a 4.0 version of Galactic Civilizations 3, and that being like the last hoorah for the Galactic Civilizations 3. And I really would like to see, there's a few things I'd like to see, but that is one of them. A freaking reject button. For the love of God. All right, let's come back over here. Let's look at what we have. Interstellar travel is probably going to be my better bet right now, because I really like to start increasing my range and getting people moving faster. So let's do that for now. Yeah, this guy's just hauling it. Oh no, that's not the one. Here's my, yeah, that's my survey ship, but where's my mercenary? There he is. The facade, and then I have another one. There he is, the prospector. He's the one I picked up the first time, and then here, I like these fast survey ships. They're really big, really good investment, because you're gonna get way more money from them than what you put into them for sure. So all right, this one's ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it right here and guard. All right, the Iridium Corporation's on a roll. That's good. Yeah, let's go ahead and look at our economy screen. So how much are we losing? We're losing 12 points. Oh, geez. All right, so we gotta do something about that. We're gonna need to get our tourism going. Definitely need to consider getting some marketplaces and stuff at our colonies going. I mean, we can afford to stay like this for a while, but not too long. So yeah, all right. Look at these. The artwork again for the Drath is just great. Let's see what we can do here. We have a lot of food. I wonder why we can't build a city, because it says we don't have enough food, but we certainly have enough food. I thought oh, it's 4. That's right. For some reason I thought it was 2. All right, so let's build another farm here. And then we'll probably start looking at, that means that we have a charge. Yes, it does. Okay, great. So here we go. Let's think about this. Where do we want to, this has actually already got off to a great start with the influence. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the 10,000 influence on this. Whether or not that's like the best idea, doesn't really matter. I just want to show you. So. Alright, this galaxy has been the home of alien intelligence for billions of years. More things have been invented and forgotten than we could have ever learned, but not this. This, whatever this is, will be ours. You issue the command and the energy begins to flow through it. So we've used our artifact on this colony here, and you're going to see the influence bubble grow so fast. It's going to be great. So I'm losing a little bit in research. Let's go ahead and change that as soon as we can. I think that's research there, but can we do a computer core? Yes, we can. But I also wonder, yeah, let's do the computer core. 1 per player. Unfortunately, we don't have, I believe someone's already built the wonder that allows for a big increase in research. So we're going to build that there. Be a great place to do that. And we're having Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to do something about the complete lack of food here. Wait, no, we have food. Alright, that's fine. Let's keep going. But yeah, that research bonus will be great, and it'll probably put us back at number 1. And then watch as our influence grows exponentially. So interstellar travel, very good. We're going to come back over and maybe start the warfare trade just a little bit, because I really want to start considering an invasion of these guys here. I really want that Betatron collider just to see what it is, really. That would be great. I wish there was actually, and I hope you just saw it. 25, oh, there we go. Plus 25% research for 10 turns. That'll put us back up to number 1. But look at that huge jump in influence. Yeah, it's huge. Plus 10,000 influence. So if we can get these connect too and get some tourism going, that'd be even better, because that'll help my weekly income. But yeah, that's huge, right? So definitely, I mean, of course you can't culture flip these guys because that's a minor. But if for some reason I was up against maybe even a Snathy colony, if these two are Snathy colonies, they would succumb to my influence flipping very quick, culture flipping, whatever it is you want to call it. So that's a very powerful artifact. Now, I think it'll take a while before I can actually recharge it. And let's see, here it is right there. So it's actually in the technology tree, and I think it's through colonization, but there we go. Yes, there's one. So, and then here's precursor history. So as you go through, you get a few of the, oh, that's not one of them, but you do get a few more charges of each of these artifacts. So there's not too many, so it doesn't become too OP. And I mean, clearly there is some imbalance to this, which I think is fantastic. I don't think 4X games should be balanced perfectly. I think, you know, if I'm lucky enough to get something like this, that the balance should turn in my favor. And clearly with more charges of this, I could win. You know, let's go and see. I forgot where the victory conditions are. I'm trying to remember. Oh, I forgot. I'm so bad. I'm sorry. Maybe it's government. No, it's not. I forgot where the guy. Oh, I'm awful. Maybe it's just escape. No, it's not there either. I forgot where the victory conditions are. I don't normally look at them because I'm normally just playing. But yeah, clearly I would be on my way to an influence victory, which is pretty good, right? So I'm gonna go through and just see what's going on, and that way I can remember without making myself look foolish. I'm gonna make myself look foolish anyways. But I could have sworn it was government, but I guess I'm wrong. So, and I thought maybe it was civilization, but it's not there either. Timeline looks good for me though, I bet. Yep, sure does. But yeah, so the idea isn't really to keep this game balanced, and I like that. It is clearly intended to create that desire for planets and that friction between yourself and other AIs. It does seem like the other AIs understand the value of artifacts, because they will, I mean, like, let's say if either of these had, oh, this one does. No, neither of them do. But if either of these did, and they were, I've seen this, if they were both colonizable, I've seen the AI take the one that has the artifact, which is smart. So again, Galactic Civilizations 3 has one of the best AIs, I think, on the market right now, if not the best, because it just, the game plays well. The AI plays the game very well. Let's go and check out, let's see what this guy's doing. He just perimeter scans. Let's increase the perimeter scans of that one just so I can see what's going on. So yeah, that's the basic gist of this Retribution expansion pack. It is significantly okay, I'm trying to stay away from critical thoughts. It has changed the way I play this game, and I appreciate that, because not only does the tech tree change the pacing, and the food and the population growth change the pacing of this game, but the artifacts also are just fantastic. I love the active use stuff. I love any kind of 4X game with active abilities like this. Way back in the day, Ascendancy had some of that, and I really liked that from that game. The Hypergates, while you know they're probably not the most significant thing ever, I'm gonna actually see if I can click through to get that other one set up so we can see what this is gonna be all about. Run election should be pretty good for me. Landslide, yep, looks good. All right, that's kind of funny. 100% is a top percenting planet. I don't believe so. The galaxy seems, yeah, whatever. Eat me. All right, there we go. Great. So we do have another architect now. So we're going to go ahead and send him right here. And we are going to go ahead and construct the Hypergate. Your ship settles into a holding pattern just outside the Hypergate's maximum horizon. Automatically, your ship begins scanning it, detecting the current state of its many energy manifolds. Hypergates must be prodded in just the right way so that a journey through it doesn't deposit a traveler into their own stomach. Satisfy the numbers, you direct the computers to initiate their rupture sequence. Very good. Now, so we're going to build this one over here. And we'll go to the Drathis Hypergate, set Hypergate link. Preparation is complete, and with a visible throb, the Hypergate's link, travel times between the two endpoints will now be greatly reduced. In one stroke, the unfathomable vastness of space has become a little smaller and a little more civilized. Alright, so let's actually let's do this. Let's just shove one through so you can see the speed difference. What I will do too is, again, I'll probably put one over here just so that I have quick access to that. But now all I do is drop one of these guys whenever ship comes from the shipyard, and it comes into here, and it can be here within a turn or two. So it's pretty awesome. It's just not maybe like as flashy as some of the other stuff from other expansion packs, but it does change the gameplay. It does change the pacing, and I think pacing is super important in 4X games, much more than most people probably even understand. So let's go ahead and do this. Actually, the colonial settlements, idle colony. All right, so I built this, which is great. That means my research is going to be much higher. 17. I think that's gonna be my highest colony, actually. Even better than Dratha. Yeah. Perfect. So we're going to produce a space elevator here, and then possibly we're going to do the refinery after that, definitely. But yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and get that ship through. Come on, let me do it. Alright, so yeah, I'm always a pragmatic player. Where'd my ship go? That's what. Here, yeah. Let's do this. Let's just choose something real quick. I don't know. Idle colony. Man, I'm just building stuff left and right. That space elevator took all of like 1 second to build. I do want import-export center, but probably not here. Let's go ahead and upgrade this. And certainly let's upgrade the farm here to produce some food. Actually, we have the supply depot just finished, so morale is 100% now, which is great. In fact, that's just fantastic, really. Import-export center no, wouldn't be great here because we're not connected to our home planet yet. So let's go ahead and do the farm. Ideology. Shipyards operate at 100% twice the distance. We're going to do that one because I've got one shipyard, and almost all of them, or all of my colonies are linked to it, so. Alright, so 80 manufacturing to planet. Wow, that's great. Alright, let's do that. So salvage the equipment to finish the current construction plant. Yes, on the planet. So research. Have the fun of blah 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 blah. Just trying to get back to, let's do this actually next. Xenomysticism, we'll do that. I'm only setting that up because I really want to show you. Okay, where is my other ship? Go? I don't know why it's just sitting there. it needs to use this, not actually. I don't know why it was sitting there. Like, no, use this. I don't know why it wasn't using it. Let's go back. Alright, while we're doing this, actually, let's take a look at this. I like leaders, so I'm going to do leader for now, because right now I've got quite a few colonies. This won't work for me, reject, but I can't do that, so eat me. Hi, Lord Kona. Let's come back up here. Alright, I want to get this. Just want to show the Hypergate. Come on, man. Alright, so here. Right? I don't understand. Huh. I don't know why it's not working. Yeah, so don't look at that. It might be an issue. Might be an issue with what I'm doing. I don't know if it's my issue or... because right now, this thing already had a lot of moves. And it's not increasing it by 100%, which is weird. It should. There we go. Alright. There we go. Finally. So yeah, it helps the movement clearly, as you just saw. It's a little wonky, I'm not gonna lie, because at first I didn't know. I haven't used the Hypergates that much because I usually play smaller maps. Like I said, I like the tension that smaller maps create, so I haven't really used them too much. But yeah, I guess all they do is they're traveling along that line, and it creates 100% move points. So even though this one had 7, it was able to move significantly more than 7. Maybe not, you know, I don't know. I didn't actually count. So, oh, looks like I can still move. No. Nope. Yeah, so the good thing is that oh yeah, look at that. Look how much farther it's moving. All right. Yeah, it's got to run along that path is what it's doing. I haven't played with the Hypergates too much. They're just not it's usually just not my playstyle. So, oh, look at that. They've got another planet. Good lord. It must have done something. One of those maybe they have. No, they don't. Maybe that's what the Betatron Collider does, but who knows. Yeah, so anyways, hopefully this has been a pretty good preview of what's to come from Retribution. Clearly I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to these Hypergates, and I'm sorry about that. Yeah, that is definitely more than 7 moves. Okay, so that's what it just has to come. It has to move along that line. It's not about going into the Hypergate and like shoving it through, which I think would be cooler, but whatever. The rest of it, though, the artifacts are something that I think significantly improved this game. I hope that's something I could say. And the rest of the changes, as far as like the, what are they called again? Supply ships and the research tree changes and everything else that I've talked about are really improving the pacing and general feel of this game. So I'm having fun with it, but I won't give any more critical thought to that. So hopefully if you guys have any other questions, I can answer them. Just let me know. The game comes out here in 2 days, so there's not much more of a wait, and I'll probably try to spend more time with this and also figure out more of this Hypergate stuff in order to answer any questions you guys might have. But in the meantime, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments below. Like and subscribe, do all that cool stuff. And until next time, guys, keep exploring.